Hey everyone, I'm Michael Seiger, publisher of DomainSherpa.com, and this is the Domain Sherpa Review. This is the show where we get into the minds of successful domain name investors using real examples so we can learn strategies and tactics. Our sponsors include nichewebsites.com, a service that builds and ranks your website so you can focus on your business. Estabot.com, a domain name appraisal tool that we use on this show to gather data about all the domains we discuss. And DNX.com, a reverse auction domain name marketplace where buy it now prices decrease over time. All three sponsors have links in the upper right-hand corner of all pages on DomainSherpa.com. And I was thinking, if you guys are looking for domain names, go to DNX.com, use Estabot to evaluate which domains have the attributes that you're looking for, and then go over to nichewebsites.com and have them build a website based on the business model that you have. Bam! All three sponsors in one shot. Joining us today on the Domain Sherpa Review are four past Sherpas and thought leaders. In order from left to right, we have Adam Dicker, CEO of dnforum.com, nichewebsites.com, and publisher of theartofthename.com. Michael Berkens, publisher of thedomains.com, co-founder of Right of the Dot, and founder of the marketplace mostwanteddomains.com. Paige Howe, founder and president of joedomains.com and domainoutlet.com, which might be having some sale after the show today, Paige? Oh, yeah, thumbs up. And Rick Schwartz, the domain king and co-founder of the Traffic Domain Industry Conference coming to Vegas this May. Gentlemen, welcome to this week's show.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, as usual, we've got three sections for the show. We're going to review a investor-submitted conglomeration portfolio. It's on a certain theme, really cool brandable. So we're going to take a look at it and see if the Sherpas think that these brandable domain names that were submitted by a lot of people are really cool or not. Then we're going to take a look at a marketplace list from namejet.com. We're going to wrap it all up with available or registered game and some topics for the after show. I always ask the Sherpas before the show if they have any domain names in the NameJet auction or that we're reviewing at NameJet this week that will go to auction. Anything, gentlemen?
Nope.
All right. And did any of you...
Mike?
Yeah, Adam?
I have a name in there that in NameJet that I actually sold it to whoever's got it now. So I got some interesting commentary on that.
Interesting. Okay.
Hey, Mike, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, so I just wanted to, just for your benefit, when I was in Vegas this past week, a lot of people came up to me and had some nice things to say about my blog, which I greatly appreciate, and a lot of people I've never met before, but like almost everybody came up to me and talked about this show, the Domain Sherpa Review, and how many people are watching it, and I really appreciate it. And so, I mean, kudos to you. There's really a lot of people out there that really enjoy this thing.
Well, kudos to all of us. Thank you all. Thank you guys for coming on every week almost and sharing your knowledge.
Our fees have to go up, apparently.
Clearly. The first portfolio that we're going to review has domain names on the theme really cool brandables. I don't believe that any of you submitted any really cool brandables. Did you?
You shot mine down.
I shot yours down?
It never made the list.
Seriously?
I don't know.
I don't think you submitted it. Did you, Paige? We were having problems. I'm going to mention that. All right. I didn't see any. I do have one in the list. I will tell you after you guys review them because I don't want you to make fun of me beforehand. All right. We're going to move right into that section. In the domain portfolio review, we take user-submitted domain names and provide honest and constructive feedback to the owners, in this case, on a particular theme. If you're watching this show on YouTube, click on the link in the description of YouTube to see the list of domain names. I've also included below a short description of what the registrant of the domain name thinks it might be used for. This week we're reviewing really cool brandable domain names. Rick Schwartz selected it because he was the winner and he is the current reigning champion.
Hey, hold on a minute.
What?
I selected it.
Oh, that's right.
What the hell's going on
I knew I should
here?
have gone back to check my data. Adam Dicker selected it because he is the reigning
Rick
champ.
On, but let's go ahead. I'll accept it if you want to credit Rick.
Adam Dicker is the reigning king. All right, we had an error with the submission form on Domain Sherpa. I don't know what the heck happened. Every week I just copy and move it forward, but for some reason when you submitted it, it went to a blank page. So I apologize to everybody that experienced problems. Even with the problems, we had over 200 submissions, many of which were duplicate because people didn't think it went through. I apologize. You know, what I found funny was that many people would submit their domain name and say something like, this is a catchy, short, easy, pronounceable, brandable domain name that can serve any industry. So, you know, I had to wrestle with those guys. Catchy, memorable domain. I'm sure it has many uses. That's tough. You know, you guys see the value of the domain names. What I had to do was go through every single one of those, delete out the duplicates, and then pare it down because, you know, these Sherpas don't have a lot of time, and their time is valuable, and I tried to make it as easy for them to go through. So as you're looking through the descriptions, if you're thinking, damn, Mike, I wrote a whole novel, how come now it's just a 5-word summary? That's my fault. I'm trying to simplify the process. Nice try to the people who tried to submit more than one domain name using different names, using different email addresses. I caught you guys. It took me 2 hours to go through the list, but I caught you. All right. So what I'm going to do, because the list is 118 names, it starts with 3D Aura, which is my mom's name, by the way, not 3D, and ends with Zooi, XOOII.com.
And that's my mom's name.
I'm gonna ask you guys to pick 5 or 10 domain names that you guys really like, why you like them as a really cool brandable, and whether it agrees or not with what the registrant submitted, and what you think is a fair retail price. Adam, let's start with you.
Okay, this is going to be pretty interesting because I did go through the whole list. A lot of them either didn't really read the instructions weren't clear enough, and I picked out a couple that we could talk about just so that there's some lessons learned, but I did pick my top 5 or 6 in here. So, without further ado, I like Aussie Love for a dating site. I think that's good. Bathroomia for bathroom products, not so much. Bitware. I mean, you could put, based on this wearable electronics and description he gave, you could put anything in front of wear, so I didn't really see how bit was descriptive. So, not for me. Buy Our Home. It's a brandable, but it's not a brand. I mean, it's obvious what they're looking for there. I like Dancer with the R because I've seen a few names. I think there was even one we saw in Vegas where they had an R, some club or something. Eggandspoon.com. Love it for a breakfast restaurant. I think it's good. Eye on Love. I think it's good the way they put it out for a wedding photographer or something. I mean, he's keeping his eye on love. Gimme Hot. Good for hot sauce. One of the ones I really like is Gunmates because I think he's got social network site for gun owners, and not that I'm a gun owner, but I think this is probably missing and probably a great site with all this talk about gun laws. A brandable that I do like that's going to take some marketing is Jumbrellas. Jumbo umbrellas. Kind of makes sense and exactly the type of brandable that we're kind of looking for in this list. So I think that's okay. Not crazy about Lovelocity, or it's pronounced low velocity. I don't know what it is. Probably love. My First Bliss, thank God it's not My First Brisk because I don't know what I'd do with that. And then you got something like mygotoperson.com. I think it's kind of nice, but I think I would have put it as the go-to person because you want it to be everybody's go-to, not just yours. And then Nanophone, I changed it to Nanophone, meaning a phone that you would get for your grandmother. It's so simple she could use it. So I thought that was okay. I don't know. I haven't looked.
All right.
I actually didn't look today. But if it is, Rick's going to grab it. I think Pizza Addiction is good for a pizza restaurant. I kind of like that one. And then I did a weird twist on roadtofame.com. He's got it for success associations. I thought it would be good for travel packages to the football, baseball, or hockey Hall of Fame. The road to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So I thought that was okay. Solar Up, also pretty good because everyone wants to switch up to solar. And then Spyware Killer, again, it's not really a brandable. It's fairly obvious what it's going to do. I mean, it's going to be anything with spyware, you're trying to remove it. Straight Answers, I like it. I don't know how brandable it is, but I think I like that one. Again, another one that's not is the Calgarian. I mean, that's people from Calgary are called Calgarians. So what else would you expect besides something about Calgarians? So, and here's my favorite. And he's got for unclogged. He's got pharmaceutical industry, cholesterol reduction medicines, help your heart. For me, I think it's awesome if you're a plumber. Unclogged.com. Unplug I like because every day people are doing the cord cutting from cable on phones right now, and they're switching to mobile phones and Netflix. So I think Unplug is good for a brandable too. And then the last one, weremovepoop.com. I mean, again, that's fairly obvious, but it's not bad. But I would do something like, and I have to laugh when I said this. I didn't check if it's taken, but I'm sure it is. But I thought something like noshit.com, like the slogan, no shit. Or poop be gone or something, or the Wizard of Poop, I don't know, but we remove poop is just too straightforward, but I like no shit as like a joke.
Yeah, Mike Berkens doesn't know noshit.com?
I don't know.
I'm looking.
Mike doesn't give anybody shit.com. And another example of a brandable that's not on the list, I just picked one, ypee.com. It's good for a urologist, YP. I mean, stuff like that's cute. So
yeah.
There you go. I'm done.
And somebody pointed out on last week's NameJet list, there was ICUP, iCup, that we kept saying it's ICUP.com.
A dating site.
Yeah.
Why, what is it really?
I don't know. Hey, so Adam, you didn't mention any prices. You like Aussie Love, you like Dancer without the E, you like Gunmates.
Let's go to my favorite one. Let's go with my favorite was Unclogged.
Unclogged. What would you list that one at? Retail.
Well, see, but I know where to find the sellers for something like this.
You got to go to the plumbing industry or some sort of...
Yeah, I mean, well, you can go to plumbing industry, or it'd be good for one of those cleanses as well, those body cleanses, because usually you're clogged or something when you want it, or something for, I don't know, what the hell's it called? Not diarrhea, the other one.
Constipation.
Constipation, sorry, there you go. I mean, there you go. Adam Unclogged. It could be the new name of my movie.
A product on the supermarket, in the drugstore.
So I liked Unclogged. I like it at 10 plus. I think it's a good name, but these names are only good if you actually do what we're telling you to do with them. I like Pizza Addiction.
Yeah, but if
Pizza
the owner of this
is...
goes to the plumbing industry and said, "I've got unclogged," everybody has a clogged drain. They call the plumber. I've got unclogged. Yeah. It's for sale only once.
Yeah, I'd say 10 plus, but if he wants to sell it to me, 2 or 3. Pizza Addiction, I like. I think it's good for a name. It's a little bit hard to spell, but it's not bad if you're doing a local delivery store.
I like Unplug. You mentioned Unplug. How much do you put that one at?
Unplug, the same thing at 10, but you got to brand it. You got to build it. I mean, everyone's cutting their cables, so I like that. Jumbrellas, again, it's a 1K name, but if you build a company around it, it goes up to whatever you want. Yeah. Gunmates, same thing. I mean, it could be a 1 to 2K name right now, but if you build a community, it goes up to 40, 50, possibly 100K. Yeah. There's a lot of gun owners out there that would love a social network site to brag about their guns and I guess all the cutie animals that they killed.
All right.
And there's got to be some restaurants out there already called Egg and Spoon. Got to be somewhere, so.
Maybe. All right, so are you making an offer on unclog.com for 2K? Is that what you said?
Sure, I'll do that.
Don't make me force you into it.
No, believe me, I'd be happy to get it at 2K.
All right, Mike Berkens, let's go over to you. What do you like on the list?
Are you taking commission on that?
I'm not taking any commissions. I'm just a...
You should, Mike, you should.
I'm just a matchmacher. I like to see people happy.
Then you should go to Aussie Love then.
So, by the way, since you mentioned it, or Adam mentioned it actually, iCup sold for $5,099 on NameJet today.
People like to see people pee, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
That's from my research department.
It's not pee, it's cups. When you cup your wife or your girlfriend or your mistress,
it's singular. It's singular. That's not plural. So.
But it's called cupping.
I'm going to go for a cup of coffee with it.
Maybe they think Apple's going to come out with an iCup at some point to help people drink electronically.
The cup that you drink out of.
Well. So I found 13 names that I liked out of this list.
All right, what are they?
So I'm just gonna go through them real quick.
Sure.
I like cool bow ties. I mean, it's sort of a niche thing. Some people do wear them. I'm not sure it's spelled right though. Now I'm looking at it, but assuming it's spelled right, I like cool bow ties. I think cool snowboards seems cool. Also, the Winter Olympics is coming up. People will be watching the snowboarding and the craziness. I kind of like Crashable. I think it's just a cool name. assuming it doesn't have sort of a trademark issue with Mashable. I don't know, but I like the name. Kids Menu, I don't really know if it's a brandable name, but I think it's a good name. I think it's all right, Kids Menu. I like More Miles. I think that's like a very good name for, as whoever submitted it says, like credit card rewards programs, frequent flyer points. You know, see tons of commercials. I mean, Capital One's running them day and night, all about miles and you know, use them all the time and stuff. So I like More Miles quite a bit, actually. I'll agree with Adam on Pizza Addiction. I think it's a really, you know, it's a good name. Pizza chain, pizza place, very cool. I think Really Cool Brands is a good brandable name. It's a little long, but yeah, I think it's all right. I like Adam. I like Road to Fame. I think Adam also likes Solar Up. I like that name. I also like Spyware Killer, which you mentioned. Straight Answers, which you mentioned. Unplug, I like a lot. I'm not as big as Unclogged. Maybe Unclog I would like more than Unclogged, but I like Unplug a lot. And I'll go with Turbo Abs. That's, you know, that's me basically. Turbo Abs for sure. If you want, like, you know, a half a pack, that's definitely the way to go.
All right, Mike. If you own these domain names and you listed them on mostwanteddomains.com for sale, what price tag would you put on turboabs.com?
I don't know. I would say that's more like a $5,000 to $10,000 name at best.
Okay.
Unplug definitely could be higher. Spyware Killer definitely could be higher.
Like what? 25, 30?
Yeah, 25-ish. I mean, 25 I think is the max for any of these for sure. Yeah, exactly. And the rest of them are sort of just, I don't know.
More Miles, did you say, what did you say on that one?
I actually like More Miles.
So do I.
That might be my favorite one of the bunch. So I think it's, you know, I think it's good 25. It could definitely be like a 25 name, 25 name. And, you know, other than that, the only other things I saw that were worth talking about is Opcot. I just would worry about Epcot, you know, coming after you on that possibly. This Wild Crunch name could be okay. It's certainly, you know, probably a name that would be maybe in like the 1,000, 2,000 range, but it has a ring to it. And that's kind of what I see out of this thing.
You mentioned Crashable. I don't know what would be there either. Maybe some sort of startup or something. What would you price it at, given that it's kind of a cool name, but you're not sure what it would be? How would you price that?
There's a lot of names, you know, that could be anything. So, I mean, even things like, I wound up selling tbox.com. You know, of course, tea box is like if you go to a restaurant, you ask for tea after dinner, they bring you like a box of tea. You get to pick whatever kind of tea you want, so it's a real thing. But the company that bought it, you know, is doing something with it that has nothing to do with tea or anything like that. It's just less of a cool name. So I don't know. I think it doesn't mean anything, but it could be anything. And it's just, you know, it's memorable.
Yeah.
It has a nice ring to it, brandable, and therefore somewhat valuable.
So what did you sell tbox.com for?
I think 40-ish, something, probably too low.
40?
I think so. 40, yeah, but based on who bought it, it's probably too low.
So Crashable.com, you think is a
10 to 20.
10 to 20?
Name. Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Yeah. All right, Paige Howe, what do you like on the list and why?
Well, let's see, we do a lot with these type of names. I'll talk about a couple that have been mentioned. Jumbrellas. So I have a completely different take on a name like that. I actually don't want it to be a brandable. I want a name like Jumbrella to become a generic. If I'm a company called Jumbrellas and I sell them, that's great, but that name can only be sold to me. So if I'm operating a business, you know, if I had Adam build me a site, that'd be great. But I think that with a name like that, you almost want it to become a generic word out there that everyone says, give me a Jumbrella, give me a Jumbrella. Then you've got a marketplace of 10 to 30 companies that might want to buy that pure name. So again, as just a name owner and a name broker, sometimes I only want a brandable name like that. I want it to become a generic term, because if it's just something I can use, I don't see that it has a lot of resale value to other people. I want more customers for my name, because really I may need the third, fourth, or fifth best company to buy it from me. So I like brandables that at least have one side of them making sense. If the whole word doesn't make sense, then you do have more customers for it, but you're also competing against every other domain out there that can be used from everybody else, and that's a huge marketplace. So if you're trying to extract value, you're only going to be as good as what someone else will sell a similar brandable name for. Anyway, my best name on the list, I like Bitware. I think with wearable technology, it's short. There's no ambiguity as to how to spell bit or where, even though you have the software and this where. So that I rated that a 9. I rated them all on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being best. My 10s were spyware killer, ownership protection, even though it's a generic. If I just looked at all the names on the list, I felt it was a 10. And then sense.com.au, just being a very recognizable one word in the CCTLD that country uses the most. And so I thought that got a 10. My 9s were Bitware, Straight Answer, and Unplug, which I think is a fantastic name. It's kind of interesting because if you're going to unplug from the world and take a vacation and just get disconnected from all the electronics that you have around you, you're not actually going to go to a website to learn how to do that. But before you unplug, it's the idea of going and traveling or just getting away from it all. So I thought it's a word that has a lot of, it will grow in its meaning, where people say, I just need to unplug for a while. So that was a terrific name, and I rated it above a 10. My 8s were Buy Our Home, although the hour is kind of weird because it almost makes it look like you're predatory if you buy a husband and wife's home. If it's buy my home, then it's like, hey, I want you to buy it. But if you say buy our home, it's almost like you bought something from a family, and so I marked it down quite a bit as opposed to buy my home. Career Mojo got an 8. Cool Bow Ties, iCharge Card, and More Miles got 6s. So my 5s were Dotonomy, because I like the Web 2.0 suffixes. Ajo, if that's how you say it, the 4-letter. Hub. I actually like ones that just take an easy word and say it 2 times because, again, you got the radio test. Hub. Okay, I know how to spell that. I don't have to wonder. And then Truggle and then Dancer were my other 5s.
So how do you price the domains based on the ratings that you've just stated, Paige? 5 to 10.
Well, then you have to apply how big the marketplace is. So ownership protection, because it's legal. I haven't been to like an affiliate site for one of the legal Zooms or something, but if there's actually an ownership protection package that I knew I could sell directly, that would really put that name up in the, if I was selling it 10 to 20,000, I still want to buy it for 10% of that. Sense.com.au, again, 10 to 20. Buy for 10%. Spyware Killer, 10 to 20. Bitware, 10 to 20. Unplug, 10 to 20. And then the other one, the 8s, 7s, and 6s, 5 to 10. And then the 5s, maybe 1 to 5 if I was selling.
All right. And did you notice in the comments that under Truggle.com, the registrant said that he bought this domain name from you a few months ago?
No, I didn't see that, but it did sound familiar. We did a CCV run one time, and then we put them on Domain Outlet. So there's a reason to go to Domain Outlet because we put those brandables up there.
All right.
I do see it. I bought this domain from Paige a few months ago, and I love it. Okay. Well, come to the outlet. You got more of them.
Come to the outlet. He's got more CCVs. All right. Rick Schwartz, let's go over to you. What do you like on this brandable list? What do you think is really cool?
Well, first let me say this. When people talk about brandables, they really do kind of confuse sometimes between a brandable and a generic. So, and a generic can be a brandable, but it can't be basically to what it points to. So it has to be completely like out of left field. Okay, so now getting back to the list. I do like Bitware.com. That is one of the ones that kind of jumped out at me because, looking into the future of what could be happening. The one I keep coming back to that I really enjoy is eggandspoon.com because it's just an instant restaurant. I mean, there it is. There's your name. There's your domain name, and all you need is your cook and a menu when you're in business. So I like Egg and Spoon. That's a nice brandable name. Dotonomy is brandable. It's just a little bit hard to, it's a little bit of a tongue twister, I think. I do like Hub. I like the Jumbrellas a lot. That's another instant business, and as Paige was mentioning, you can do a lot of different things with it, but that could be a whole sector. It's very, very interesting domain name is Jumbrella. And no one's mentioned it's kind of long, but I like leavemealone.com. That's kind of cute. It's like, you're asking people for money without asking them for money, and it's kind of a cute play on words. Leave me alone. I think it's kind of cute.
Why is that not a surprise?
But you have to have the other version, right, Rick, to do it? You couldn't do it without having the other version.
What's the other version?
Well, with the E at the end. With the E at the end of the domain.
Well, no, that's part of branding. Look, if you go to something like Ojo, AUJO, you're going to have to teach the public how to spell it. Okay,
yeah,
so
but I mean, but alone is spelled. The word alone is spelled a certain way, and you're right. I mean,
well, but if you're branding something, you're going to probably put if you're going to put an ad on TV like this, you're going to probably have the word loan stand out like in green, for example. So if you're going to hit the TV waves with it, that's what it's going to be pushing, and everyone's going to know that it's loan, LOAN. And the cute part of it is everyone thinks originally, oh, leave me alone, and that's what gets your attention. But then when you see it's like I said, there's a billboard down here, and you've probably seen it. Your wife is hot, So the minute you see that, okay, who's saying that about my wife? You're ready to fight him. But it's about an air conditioning guy, and that's what it is. So it's a very effective commercial. So that's how I look at it.
That's a really good one.
Yeah,
it's a really good one.
But I think it brings up the idea that if you have a bunch of money, you can make any name a brandable. And I think so. If you're giant catching like Rick does, then you're waiting for the guy with a bunch of money to like that name. And then there's a different market of how can my name save me having to spend a lot of money on marketing because it gives me an edge. So I think those are the two ends of the spectrum.
But here we were looking for cute brandables and good ways people are playing on their domains. We weren't looking for the obvious ones like Firework Killer. I mean, we all know those are good.
Yeah. Technically, it's a brandable because people would look for spyware something else, and killer makes it sort of a brandable appeal. But like to your description page, unclogged is the perfect one, right?
Yeah, because brandable and it has what you like in it. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, I didn't mean to cut you off, Rick. So
sorry, Rick. Back to you.
No problem. Here's one that no one mentioned that I think is cute and short and easy to spell. Pink Bear. You can do all kinds of campaigns with all kinds of different things using pink as one of the big colors out there, whether it's breast cancer or other things. So I really like Pink Bear. Now that's a true brandable domain name. Perfectly brandable, and it's widespread because you can do many different things with it. It depends what you want to do with it. So very good brandable domain name, just strictly as a brandable. And going down the list, I like Solar Up is okay, and Unplug is my other one, and most of the others, really, I just don't see anything. I mean, that's why we all basically have the same domain list, is because most of them, just doesn't meet the threshold of having something of value, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Brandable or non-brandable.
What do you see as the most valuable domain on the list, Rick? What's the one that you would pick if you could have it in your portfolio?
Well, let me give you my top three.
Okay.
I would, because again, if you sent me out as a mission, Rick, go pick a brandable. I'm not going to pick one and say, okay, I'm going to stake my claim on that one. I'm going to pick a variety of and try to get in a few different sandboxes. So I like Jumbrella, I like Pink Bear, and I like Unplug, and I like HubHub.
All right, let's put some prices on those. If you owned them and people came to you, what would you ask?
Well, you see,
I know you don't sell domains, and
I'm looking for a whale, because when I'm looking, if I buy a domain name, I'm looking for that commercial on TV and that billboard and that campaign.
Yep.
And I visualize, is it possible for a Geico or an Allstate or any of those companies to do a campaign and have, that's what I look for. So everyone else is more qualified to put a value on it than me.
All right. All right. We talked about Mike Berkens. You mentioned trademark legal issues. You said the one that you'd keep an eye on is the Opcot, right? Is that what it was? Opcot.
Yeah,
it might be.
Maybe. Could be Epcot.
Yeah.
Maybe. And also Crashable, possibly for Mashable. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I didn't really go through the whole list with that in mind, but that just sort of stuck out.
Any others stand out to any Sherpas about that might be you should take a look at legal trademark? Just be aware of them.
Well, it'd be interesting whether the REALA with real networks. I mean, if you did REALA and you did it as an online downloading streaming movie service, you know, you might run into something. That's the only one I can see.
All right.
I see one, and I'm looking it up right now, but since there's no domain on it, it's okay. And it would have been 3daura.com. Now, if Aura was a website and then you came out with 3D Aura, then you'd have a problem. But since Aura is a part page, you having 3D Aura, you're not stepping on anyone's toes.
Yep. All right.
I mean,
so
this remove poop is probably a problem somehow. Probably.
All right.
I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
I'm surprised Adam didn't use that one. That was a good one, Mike. So if you guys owned every single domain on this list, which would be your top 3 to probably drop?
I'll go first because I got a bunch I got 31 that are either a 0 or a 1.
All right, Paige, what do you got?
I mean, I think stuff like stylesmanship, you're talking 3 syllables. Each one could be better improved at each point. Smart glass apps, you're talking 3 words and a .co. So even if it's awesome, you got huge substitution, and you're in a subpar TLD. Problem, just nothing exciting. Yes, it could be a great name, but you don't want to own something that could be a great name. You want to own something that is a great name. Lovelocity, I love ocities. I love ologies. I love all the Web 2.0 endings. Why you put the L in there, Lovelocity, you know, it just takes it out of the game. Jackstow, same thing. Neat, easy to say, easy to spell, but just no attributes that I'd want. Glampsite, same thing. Vegas Baby. Oh, it's just like people would say, Vegas Baby, except it's not the way that you would intuitively spell it. So now you're even showing that you're trying to copy something, but you don't have the pedigree to go get the right spelling. Wintune, Wild Crunch, Vios would be great. Vervar, Suntoast, Stormscaping, Romaine Healthy, Riffler, Heart Empire. Empire is a business word. Heart is a personal word. I think if you're going to do something personal, this is just my opinion, don't mix in a business word. I didn't like gunmates. I don't think there's anything that gun owners would. Their gun is their mate, I guess. So they don't need other gunmates. Fun Included, Fresh Rush, Speedcase, Cobra Toy, Co-Aim, and Coaxially. Be Relevant SEO, Aqua Energy, and
Hey,
Paige.
I think you're past 3.
Paige, how much coffee did you have today, buddy?
I just missed the show, man. I'm so happy to be back.
I'm pretty sure he said 3.
All right. Hey, Paige, funincluded.com. The guy, the registrant, wrote tagline for a car brand, restaurant chain, hotel chain, shoe store, ice cream chain. Like, it seems like it could be a great tagline that you might use in an advertising campaign. I agree. I think it's kind of a cool domain. Does anybody else think it's cool?
Which one?
Funincluded.com. Like you're going to a theme park, funincluded.com.
I think you know how they have those juicy things on the shorts. So you should put "fun included."
It would be great for a Carnival Cruise Line tagline. Fun included. So for a cruise line, I think it's a great tagline.
All right.
But if you took all the possible words you could have, and you ranked them and you combined them, Fun Included would rank like 14,359,486. So it could be a great name, but the buyer's got 14 million other choices of 2 words that go together.
All right. We agree to disagree. I would hand register that one today if it was available. I don't know if I'd pay any money for it, but I'd hand register it because I think it's a great tagline, like a cruise line, $14.99, all expenses, all included, fun included. I don't know. Anyway,
I'll give you a little support on that, Michael.
Okay.
It's okay.
All right.
I have three,
let's
though.
go over to you, Mike. You're up next. What 3 would you like to? Would you drop if you own this portfolio?
Right, so here's the 30 that you said I can take. So the 3 in no particular order would be smartglassapps.co.
Yep.
Little long. If there is a smart glass app, it's probably going to be a UDRP kind of issue. It's not. It's whatever. No. Pizzeria Pinocchio. I don't know. I don't want like a big nose sticking out of my pizza. I don't get it. Don't know. I don't love it. And Get Your Mouth Groove On. Also kind of long. Never heard of it. It sounds like something that could be said much shorter. In a word and a phrase we all sort of know. So.
Also on Pinocchio.
Yes.
You could get a little letter from Disney. Even there's a little bit of a debate whether they're entitled to that or not, and they have gone after people for Pinocchio, even though Pinocchio predates Disney. So just sorry to interrupt.
No, good to know.
So does pizza though, but yeah, I think it's really bad. So those are my 3.
All right, Rick, what are your 3?
Listen, when it comes to the worst ones, I can't. I get. See, that's why Paige had a reaction like that, okay? Because I just automatically blind those ones out. I don't even see them. If you were to make me, it's like watching Roadkill, okay? I can't look at Roadkill, okay? I have to kind of like look away. So there's no way I could put my 3 worst. I just can't do it, okay?
All right.
My eyes aren't trained to focus on the worst. It's roadkill. It's like, oh no, I don't want to see that.
All right.
So
all right. You're gonna look away.
Whatever Paige said, ditto.
All right, Adam. What about your 3 that you'd drop?
I got a lot going on at the moment, Mike. I'm not sure I have time for this. I'm in the middle of a huge auction that I'm going to use in the contest next week, and we're at less than 1 minute. So let me look at the list. I'm just teasing you guys. I'll get the name, I hope.
What's the name? Right. I can outbid you on it.
I'll tell you. I want to get your opinions on what it is afterwards. Okay, so I don't know what Cakier is, Cakier.
Cakier.
I don't know what it is. Cakier, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
I'm not big on.
Some cakes are cakier than others.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna sell much.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw Paige a little bit under the bus here because hub means nothing to me. 1 hub is better than 2 hubs. It makes the network more confusing.
See,
I'll take.
That's a perfect example. You don't like it, and you drop it, and 2 people said that they liked Hub. Paige
well, you know what?
And
that
Rick.
would be a great one. Hub.hub would be much better than hub.com.
Yeah, a hub. Hub doesn't mean anything. It's like hub. It doesn't do nothing for me.
All right.
So, and then in keeping with that, I'm going to drop Jamaica Ganja. That doesn't do much for me. And I'll give you a bonus one.
Like I haven't tried it, probably is what.
No, I haven't tried. I've never smoked anything in my life. Maybe I should. I'd be a happier guy. I'll go with Mama. Well, I'll go with Mama Tops because that just doesn't interest me. I'm not going to say to my wife, honey, we're going to get you some tops. Let's go to Mama Tops. Just not going to happen.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, how much time is left on the auction now?
Still less than 1 minute.
All right.
Boy, did you? And that other one, I'll give you. Oh, that's also. It's a good 4-letter, I guess, but it's kind of stupid. I don't know what it is. OHHH.
Oh, right. I think it's ooze. Or didn't we have one on the Sherpa review like couple months ago about
hey, my auction's over.
Did you win?
I did win, but I want to get. We'll do this in the after show because I want to tell you. I want to get your opinion on what you think the name is worth and what I paid for it. Let's see how.
Well, we're in that section. Why don't we just discuss it now?
Yeah, Rick's not going to be around apparently either. So.
Well, is this the after show now?
No. But we're in the domain appraisal process here.
All right. So let's do it.
What is it?
So without looking at NameJet or anyone else, what do you value 3dprintservice.com at? 3dprintservice.com.
From a buying perspective or a selling perspective?
Let's look at it from a selling perspective. Because I'm not going to, it's bought, I'm only going to sell it from here.
3dprintservice.com.
We're starting with 3D print service.
I think minimum of 50 grand because it's an instant business. And I like anything that's an instant business.
And so do I.
What's that?
And so do I. I'm like you. Anything that's an instant business.
So when I look at an instant business, I say, okay, if I have an instant business in the real world, how much does it cost me to open those doors? And that's the budget I usually use for how much a domain name is worth.
Okay, so Rick says 50K. Anybody else?
Mike? I mean, personally, I'm not going to put a number on it, but I would say this is maybe one of those rare cases where I think maybe the longer one would have been better. So I think I'd like 3D printing service better than print service. That's, I just, because it's, I just think it's 3D printing is just sort of the term. I don't really hear it referred to so much as 3D print. So, I don't really like the name, so I am not going to value it.
Okay.
Paige, what do you think?
It's funny. I'm going through the same thing in .la right now. Some of the names that we have, like roofing. Do you like roofing.la or do you like roofingservices.la? Because one almost can be too broad, whereas the other one is so specific that it's I need a roofing service. So in the case of Adam's name, 3D print service is I need that. And at the same point, if you wanted to dominate the whole industry, you'd go for 3D printing. So yeah, I guess I would probably, if I saw that sell for $20,000, it would probably just encourage me, because I'm cheap, to go look at the variations of 3D print services, 3D printer service, 3D printer services, 3D print servicing, you know what I mean, and add all the things to it. But it's a huge business. It's a neat business. Our high school just got some money to start teaching that in high school and getting some equipment to do it. So it's pretty neat.
So would you put a price on? Did you put a price on a page?
If I was selling,
if you owned it right now and you were going to list it for sale retail, what would you pay for, or what would you list it at?
$24,999.
All right, $25K.
I say
under 25K.
I'll say that Adam got it for less than $1,000. That's what I'll say.
All right, Adam.
You would be wrong. I paid $3,100.
$3,100. Yeah, I think that domain is definitely going to go up over time as Kinko's and other alternatives pop up in every city where now you can just walk in and print something in 3D.
And I have time to wait, so I'm not very concerned about it.
Yeah,
What's interesting about that name is, I think if we go back to Rick's spread of 10%, buying a name at 10%, when you're in areas like that, I think you get higher bids on the low side because more people are confident about the future of 3D printing, so it kind of increases what you have to pay for the name, but the time it takes to get your end user also shrinks. So I think it's a different marketplace than a normal name because it's in an active spot. So it's harder to buy. You have to pay up. You have to outbid. But I think it's not the same as sitting there with a trend that's maybe at some other stage of its life cycle than 3D printing.
Yeah.
I think it's worth $3,100, and let's see what I can sell it for.
Yep. Well, congrats on the purchase. We did get a bunch of questions from people that submitted domain names. We're going to go over those questions in the after show. So if you submit a domain name and a question, stick around for the after show. Next week, we're going to take a break from the user-submitted portfolios or themes, and we're going to do a Sherpa challenge. Now, the Sherpa challenge is where we turn the tables on the Sherpas, just like what we did for Adam right now, where we take a look at the domain name and we evaluate it and we discuss it and we talk about, well, did Adam overpay for 3D print service, or is that a good purchase? We're going to do the same on hand registrations from the 4 gentlemen that you see on the screen right now. So they've been buying domain names, hand registering them, or picking them up on the drop, and we're going to evaluate them as well as the price that they paid. It should be interesting. The week after, we'll be back on a theme. The winner of today's Register or Available gets to choose the theme, so stay tuned for that. All right, we're going to move into the marketplace list. This section is sponsored by NameJet. We'll be reviewing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10? Something like 10 domain names Links are below. They're just clickable. We don't get a commission. We're just trying to track NameJet and show them how much traffic that we're sending them. The list starts with a 4-number domain, 3759.com, and ends with a 4-letter domain, usso.com. Paige, how? Did I say we're going to start with you, Paige?
I don't think so, but I'm ready.
Who did I say we were going to start with in my email?
Adam, Mike, Paige, and Rick, I think.
No, that
Whatever,
yeah, I screwed it up.
we're here anyway. Who cares?
But all right, Paige, how? Go for it.
I'll be quick. I don't know the 4-number market. I know there's a bid and ask for any 4-number.
Did you not watch this week's Domain Sherpa show, Paige?
No, what I mean is, like, if you tell me that land goes for $2,000 an acre in Tennessee and $5,000 an acre in Florida and $10,000 an acre in Minnesota, I just don't know what the current numbers are.
I know. We just did a show
on it. I like
on
it that
on
they're
Monday,
all
is what I'm
odd
saying.
numbers. That gives it an attribute. They're not in order, so it's not 3, 5, 7, 9. But the fact that it's kind of the corners of the keypad would it'd be better than just any 4-number name.
And Mike Page isn't listening today.
I know. I'm going to sign you up for my newsletter. I have a policy about opting people in. I'm going to opt you in and force you to get my emails. So, because this week's Monday show was about numeric domain names and how to price them, what the floor value is, what the retail value is.
Okay. So I still don't have room in my mind to assimilate that information.
All
and
right.
So I choose not to participate.
Okay.
There's smarter people than I am there, so I'm just not going to play in their sandbox because they know more than I do. So for me to go in there as a hobbyist and think, I heard 4 numbers are pretty good, I'm just not going to do it. So.
Fair enough.
Do we have to say it like that, though? Do we have to do it with the accent and all? Or?
Well, that gets me to my next name, which is I'm going to preempt all the cousins.com comments because I live in Tennessee. Wouldn't it be a great dating service? All this other stuff, a genealogy thing. I'm just going to preempt all that stuff.
Nice work.
I've
right,
been
so
to Dollywood.
what domains do you like besides cousins.com?
I've been to Dollywood. I'm going to disclose right now.
There you go. Nose Jobs was funny to see on this list because we just bought it in another TLD. Ski Store I really like. I'm actually a fan of putting the before it, but in this case, it looks great. The S and the S, it's short. Skistore.com. Spa Supplies, I don't like it as much as Esteban, but I think it's a good name. So this is a terrific list. Hosting City versus Osity. I almost like the Osity better. Same with Server City. So in this case, I probably like Server City better than Hosting City. And then Big Deals is my favorite on the list. I'd sell that for $100,000 if I could.
Wow. All right. So you're going to go in on that one on the NameJet auction.
We'll see.
All right, Mike, let's go to you. What do you like on the
Glad
list?
I can't hear Adam.
My favorite name on the list by far is same as Paige, so bigdeals.com. I just think it's it's very brandable. I know it's not like a PPC name. It's not a name that has a lot of search results. But as far as sort of a brandable name, something that I could see somebody stepping up and paying, as Paige said, $100,000 for, I think that's the name. And the rest of them, Nose Jobs definitely could be bought by a plastic surgeon. So I definitely see that one. The store ones are okay. Baby Store is good. Ski Store is good. Again, I'm going to throw out the new GTLD thing, which is that there will be a .store. Maybe it'll help. Maybe it won't help. I don't know. But certainly should be considered. Other than that,
hey Mike, babystore.com. You don't know if the .store TLD is going to increase or decrease the value of babystore.com?
It should. It should increase the traffic, but I'm not sure it's going to increase the value. It depends on if you want $50,000 for babystore.com, for example, or $120,000, which is the Esteban value, and you can get baby.store for $500. I don't know. I'm not sure that's great. I'm not sure it's, once they're both taken, I guess it depends on what the new owner of baby.store wants. If he's willing to sell it for then $500,000 and you want $120,000, I'm not sure if somebody's going to, not buy that one in front of you. So it's a concern, I think, as far as getting type in traffic, if somebody bought baby.store and developed it into a big website, would you get a lot of extra traffic if you own the .com for a while? For sure. But if you're competing in the same aftermarket, I think it's going to be a little problematic. So I'm sort of trying to stay away from those names unless you can get them cheap. I mean, if you can get them cheap, that's great. But
what's cheap to you? If you got it for under 1,000, is that cheap?
Of course, yeah.
If you got it for under 5,000, is that cheap?
I'm not as big on the baby store because I'm just not like a baby kind of guy.
Yeah.
I can actually like a ski store better, although I see the valuation is much lower. But if I had to pick one and pay $2,500 for it, I'd probably pick ski store maybe. But I'm concerned about these names that sort of have these competition that's coming. So again, I like big deals a lot. The four-number.com is worth money. Animal Rescue, it's a good name. It has an estimate value of 81,000, but in essence, it's basically for charitable purposes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the name's geared after, and no charity is going to pay you big money for the name. You wind up giving it away, or selling it very cheaply, or I would give it away probably to a charity if I had the name. I'm not sure exactly what you would do with cousins.com. I don't know. I don't live in Tennessee, so I'm not sure what you would do with it exactly. E-coupons were something. Launchable is, again, one of those, it's a brandable name, like we just looked at. The spa supplies is okay, but I think 41,000 is crazy.
That's a retail value, but if it's on NameJet, it's not going to go for 41,000. It's going to go for...
It'll go for a couple grand probably. Yeah. Right, and then the USSO is fine, except there's the USO, I guess, which is I would maybe want to steer clear of.
Yeah.
The rest of them really sort of like nothing names to me.
Rick, what do you like on the list?
Well, the one that keeps jumping at me, and it may not be as commercial, but it sure would be an interesting thing to do in life, would be animalrescue.com. I think Berkens and I should buy animalrescue.com. I think it's a great domain name. I think we could do something good with it.
We're not gonna make money at it. We're gonna just do something.
No, just to make the world better. Right. I love the name. That's all.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Owning a category killer domain name. I mean, my God, just put up some kind of director. Anyway, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I think. Baby store is a fantastic name. I think anything baby related is a very good, profitable area, very niche area. So I think that's a great name. I'm not that excited about big deals. I think it's a good domain name, but I want to have them both. I want to have big deal and big deals. But obviously it's brandable, and something could be done with it. Cousins, other than our friends in Tennessee and Kentucky and West Virginia, there's a chain of, I don't know if it's men's clothing stores or furniture stores, I think out of Las Vegas or out west, called Cousins. And there's probably some other businesses out there named Cousins.
Probably.
So that would be what I would say on that. E-coupon is great for a coupon site and someone that needs an E. And Hosting City doesn't do much for me. I mean, it's fine. It's brandable. Looking at a list like this, it's kind of like getting oxygen, I mean, it's like, after roadkill. Okay, much better. Jetcharters.info, not too exciting. Launchable, not that exciting. Nosejobs, I think I'd rather have nosejob.com than nosejobs.com. Pure weight loss, I don't think you need the pure weight loss. That's just kind of throwing an extra word there. You can throw any of a 10,000 different words there, so I think that's kind of worthless. Server City is the same thing as Hosting City. Ski Store obviously is excellent. Spa Supplies actually could be very good. USSO could be problematic maybe, I don't know. And when it comes to the 4-number things, I'm like Page, I don't go into that sandbox. I have 3-letter.coms and I have 3-number.coms. But when I go into 4 letters or numbers, especially letters, that's called a word. So when I get to 4 letters, it's called a word. So I usually focus on words from 4 or more and not letters. So that's all I can say. And I'm sure there's value for all the guys playing in that field. But again, it's not something I deal in.
All right, Adam. Last comments about the name jet list. What do you like?
I like a few of them. I mean, I'm the same as the other guys. I don't pay much attention to the number ones. Maybe I should, but I don't. I really like Animal Rescue.
You like all the animal names.
Yeah, I mean, I've had 8 or 9 of them, and I've sold them for lots for 6 figures, 7 figures. I love my animals, no question about it. They've been good to me. So I would take Animal Rescue in a heartbeat, and I would put something up for all the animals that are out there, and maybe like Rick.
Subdomain it by geos. Like all 3 of us can go into it. I'm telling you, it's a really great thing. We could do a really cool thing. I'd love it.
I'd be into that. I mean, I love animals. So for me, it's good. Baby store, it's good, but I'm not really doing anything with babies either, like Michael. Cousins, I liked a story about Cousins. It was for sale on Buy Domains a while ago, and I almost bought it. And I didn't. I think it's for like $22,000 or something. I don't remember. And then
what would you do with it, Adam? What would you do? You're a developer. What would you do with that name?
I don't know at the time. I think at the time I was just buying up generics. I don't know what I would do with it right now because it is a tough name, but it's still a very common word. So I'd have to give it some thought. And then spa supplies I like. I think that's good. I think there's money made with that. There's spas basically every 3-4 blocks you look these days. And so, I mean, I like spa supplies. And then Nose Jobs was a name I originally sold in 2004. So if you want to go through the panel quickly and guess what I sold it for, I'm open to that. Or what would it sell for today would be a better idea. Anybody?
What do you guys think it's going to sell for?
On NameJet?
Yeah.
On NameJet or to an end user?
No, on NameJet.
Yeah, because that's where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking like 20-ish.
Okay.
I think it'll get bid up to like 12 or 15 and won't meet reserve because I bet the reserve's probably 30 or 40.
Rick?
I'll probably say about the same thing. I don't know if the reserve is that high, but probably the bidding will be about up to 15 or 20.
All right, so I sold it back in 2004 for over $100K.
Wow. Nice.
There you go.
And Rick said that he liked the singular nosejob.com better. What do the other 3 of you think? Is nosejob.com better than nosejobs.com?
Well, I can tell you based on experience with a lot of singulars, and this will help you out too, Michael, because we've talked about a few things. When people go online to find a marriage certificate or a death certificate, for example, they're only looking for one, so having the plural is nowhere near as valuable. With nose jobs, unless they're from another planet, they're only looking for one as well. So again, nose job would probably be more valuable.
Well, but I still like the plural. If your site is about an all-inclusive site about nose jobs, I think the plural is for all-inclusive. The singular is for come get one right here. So you're right, Adam. Search volume, converting, cost per click, but I think there's some more punch value to the plural in many times.
There is punch value, but let me tell you, after 8 years of stats on it, I can tell you it gets very little traffic.
I like the plural. I mean, I'm not really concerned with the traffic. Let's say neither one gets traffic, but I just think it's used in vernacular and language and commerce more the plural. So I would go with the plural if I had choice of one or the other for the same amount.
And let's hope it doesn't end up to a sex fetish site about noses.
All right, there's the list. Click through, put your $69 bid on these domain names, which, probably all of them or most of them will sell for over $69. So you get your minimum bid in, and then you can watch the domains live in action.
Spa supplies.
Yeah, but if you go to actually Nose Jobs and type it into Google, you'll see some celebrities that have had them apparently. So that's more interesting than spa supplies.
Yeah, but spa supplies will sell. You can't buy a nose.
Yeah, but I see pictures of Jennifer Aniston and things like that. I don't see that on spa supplies.
All right, Rick, how much longer do we have you?
12 minutes.
12 minutes. All right. I was gonna ask you guys. I forgot to ask you if to name the domain name that you thought I had in the first section. I'm gonna save that for for the after show. We're going to move right into the lightning round. First up, registered or available. I name 3 domain names without looking them up. You tell me if you think that they're registered or available. Last time we ran, Adam was the reigning king. Do you have a crown or something that you're going to put on, Adam? No.
No, I'm over that.
All right. So here we go. This week's Domain Sherpa show, pay attention, Page How, was with Giuseppe Graziano, and we learned about numeric domain names. We go over the retail and wholesale values, 2-number, 3-number, 4-number.coms. What are popular numbers? Which ones are bad luck? The value of alternate extensions, and a lot more. You guys probably know 4 is bad luck in the Chinese culture. So here's the first question, which is sort of a detour from our usual registered or not. I want to know how many consecutive 4s need to be typed in a .com domain name to be able to hand register it. So, for example, 444 is registered. 444.com is registered. I need you to tell me a number of how many consecutive 4s need to be there in order to hand register it. Closest without going over gets the win on the first one. Adam, how many consecutive 4s? Do you guys all
5.
understand what I'm looking for?
5.
All right. Adam is looking for 5. So that means that he's saying 44444.com is available for registration. Mike, how many 4s?
9.
9. Paige, you going with 15. Rick, how many 4s?
I gotta go with 16.
16. And the
For the
answer
win.
is Rick Schwartz is the winner. It is
Thank
17. You. 16 is available. 16 is taken. 1 through 6 or 2 through 16 is taken. Unbelievably, 17 is the first one that's available.
What sandbox is it with the guys are playing NN.com?
All right. Rick's got the W on the first one. Next up, Andrew Alleman over at DomainNameWire.com wrote a story a couple of days ago about the first casualty of the new ICANN Registrar Accreditation Agreement. He wrote, Fixtures365.com, a sports betting site, was suspended. The domain name was suspended because the owner did not respond to a verification email. So, I would like to know, suspendeddomainname.com. Is it registered or available? Hold it up, gentlemen.
I don't have anything hold up.
Adam is saying available. Paige is saying available.
I'm
Rick
going
is saying available.
too.
Mike,
Me
you're
too.
saying what?
Me too. Available as well.
All right. Well, there's no differentiation. It is available. All 4, you're right. All right. Moving on to number 3. Last name of the day. Francois Carrillo, who runs domaining.com, just launched discretion.com, a way to privately and anonymously email people. You can check it out at discretion.com. So I wondered if there's a way to make use of an alternate top-level domain and make it mean something like date.me. So I thought privateemail.us, like maybe private email us. Is it registered or available? What do you guys think? All right, Adam's saying available. I need to wait for Mike's to scroll again. Paige is saying available. Mike is saying available, and Rick is saying taken or registered. And the answer
for the win
is it's registered.
Yes!
And Rick Schwartz is the winner today.
I dethroned Adam.
Dethroned Adam, yes.
It's a very sad day for me. After,
All right,
I don't know,
Rick.
8 weeks on the charts, I'm done like garbage.
Thrown out. All right, Rick, now you get to pick the theme for 2 weeks from today. Science and math, medical, politics, that's always a fun one, triple L and quadruple L, or triple number and quadruple number.
Politics, baby. Let's go into the lion's den.
Politics.
I would have guessed that he would have said that one.
We're going in. All right. Questions for the after show. We're going to discuss .sports. I've got a bunch of questions from users. We're going to, we had an interesting one. Rick was, prior to the show, Rick was firing up a application and it said, "You've got mail." And so we had a little discussion about why Rick is still on AOL. Regardless, we are going to pick an email address for Rick today. He's not going to be on the after show, so he'll find out tomorrow. Let's see here. Any other topics you guys want to discuss?
And listen, it can't be rick@s.com, okay? That's
It could be. And
Hold on. I own assholes.com.
Well, I have asshole.co.
All right.
And Berkens and I own sob.com together, so we can always use that.
Can I opt out of this conversation? Is there an opt out?
No, there's no opt-out. All right. I think we've got enough for the after show.
I have something.
What do you got?
We need to promote stuff.
No, I got something to talk about.
What do you got?
Did everybody see the Super Bowl GoDaddy commercial? Did everybody take a look at it? Oh, I looked at it. I should go check it out quick.
All right, let's go. We'll check it out, and then we'll discuss it in the after show.
Okay.
Also going to let you guys guess what my domain name was, and the Seahawks are in the Super Bowl.
The pot bowl, you mean.
All right,
The pot
30
bowl.
30 seconds to promote anything you want. Let's start with you, Adam.
All right, a couple quick things. I picked up, to match my nichewebsites.com, I picked up nichewebsite.com today.
What are you going to do with it?
I'm just going to use it on the same site and maximize the traffic. I also need to give a big shout out, as you know, to my #1 fan, Indy. And they'll know what that means maybe on a future show or the after show.
All right. Mike Berkens, anything you want to talk about, promote?
You might have seen that I launched this GTLD ticker with our friend over at Domaining this week. I think we have one spot left. So if you are an applicant for a new GTLD that's going to launch soon, you want to take that last spot, hit me up.
.LA, it's too late, Paige. It's not launching.
Sunderland just scored a cracking goal in the FA Cup. Anyway, all right. Come on down to the outlet. If you like new TLDs and want to save yourself some money, come on down to the outlet. We've got something special for you this week.
All right. You're going to tease people, not tell them what it is. I like that. Rick Schwartz.
Got nothing to promote.
You got nothing to promote. You got a conference coming up. I'm going. Adam's going. Mike, you going?
It's a long time from now. It's January.
It's
Jeez.
May.
Let's put it this way. Wild
It's
horses.
January. Oh my God! I mean, I
live Vegas to Vegas.
Well, here's a little clip or a little tidbit. We're probably going to have a GTLD no reserve auction at Traffic for virgin domains directly from the registries. GTLD, but it has to be no reserve, and the domainers are going to set the market like we always do.
All right.
So you did have something to promote.
Very creative.
Well, you know,
Mike, wild horses couldn't keep me away from traffic.
There you go.
Nice. I'm going to wrap up with fashionmetric.com. Do you guys know Dana and Morgan Linton startup funded by Mark Cuban?
Yep.
I bought this shirt when I was in Vegas. It's sweet. It's got the reverse colors. It's like our Robert Grahams that we like to wear, Mike. But this one fits me a lot better.
Take it off. Let's see what the inside looks like. I'm joking. Relax, Mike. Take it easy.
They got their fit technology. All you do is you go on their website, you register, you tell them a shirt that you really like that fits you well, and Paige is really excited about it. And they curate shirts for you. It's sweet. I hate to go shopping. If I can just go to a website and pick a style that I like and a color that I like and just have somebody mail it to me and know that it fits, I am golden. That's what they do. And if you don't like a shirt, you just take it up with Morgan. You tweet to him and you're like, Morgan, what the heck is going on with my shirt? And he'll set you up. I loved it.
Yeah, Morgan had some cool clothes and jackets and shirts.
Yeah.
So I was very impressed.
So go check it out. Guaranteed to fit.
Are you working on a new sponsor or something? What's going on?
No, but I told them. I said that they should set up at a conference and fit people at the conference and just sell shirts. Like,
I love it. They can have a free booth at Traffic if they do that.
Oh.
So, Mike, for the after show, we'll have to discuss boxers or briefs.
All right. But they're going to move into underwear too. All right, if you receive benefit from today's show, post a comment below. Thank the Sherpas for their time. Thanks to all 118 plus people who submitted domain names for today's theme of really cool brandable domains. Thanks to NameJet for submitting their portfolio and sponsoring the show. Thanks for Morgan and Dana making me look good. don't make a comment if I wear this shirt to traffic and I'm up on stage. Yes, I do have more than one shirt, but I like this one. And thanks to our Domain Sherpas for sharing their experience and insights. Click on the video link below to watch the after show. Submit your single domain name in the politics category. And have a great week.
And we're back.
Ciao.